Namaskaram, Swagatam, and hello to all of you and greetings. This evening we will have a unique satsang with Yogacharini Shobana of Czech Republic. She will be speaking to us surrounded by her eager disciples, a large number of peacocks, dogs, cats, ducks, goats, and horses on her ashram farm in Czech Republic. She has been associated with the Gitananda Parampariyai for almost 20 years and has brought many of her own disciples to the ashram in India. She has spent several years continuously in Ananda Ashram with Ammaji, helping her in every possible way. She has been an assistant teacher for the 6 months yoga course for many years. A trained nurse, she combines her yoga knowledge with her medical training to help those who come to her regain their mental, physical, and emotional balance, providing a good foundation to construct their Ashtanga Yoga Sadhana. She emphasizes Dharma Yoga and Karma Yoga as basic requirements to pursue the yoga way of life. And we also invite the peacock next to her to this wonderful global voices and such a plus to our. This is quite a special episode, as all of you know. We are in the time of the Guru Purnima. So over to you, Shobana.
Namaste, Divya. Namaste, everyone. Please, I would like to start with invoking of Guru Spirit first. Tat Paramparyaya Vitmahe Jnanalingeshwaraya Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayate Om Yoga Maharishi Dr. Swami Gitananda Giri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you very much for inviting me to this wonderful project, Global Voices. And I must say that all your previous interviews with some of the members of Gitananda Yoga Family brought to me a lot of joy to see all of them through the screen. But also it brought to me lots of new insights and new inspirations for my personal yoga sadhana. And I would like to thank you very much for your tremendous efforts in bringing together our worldwide Gitananda Yoga Family in very unique, but also very cute and joyful way. And I have with me a little fellow friend. She's also a teenager. She is Pihen, and she's not here just to cheer up the atmosphere, but it has some reason. She's here because of her personal story, of her brave heart. When she was born with a dislocated leg, when she could not stand up, and that then she cannot follow her mother. She was just lying flat on the ground, and she would not survive. And so I took her with me, and through Google, I found some advices from the England farmers, how to fix the leg in simple manner by using the little piece of the straw and rubber band to create a chain and to fix both legs in it for a few days. So we did it, and she control herself very much because she could not move in the chain. But after 16 days, I really witnessed miracle that when I remove, yes, miracle. When I remove that fixation, her dislocated leg was in the correct position, and she could enjoy her life fully as other little peacocks. And that's why she is here as a living example that we should never give up. Even if we are in the situation when we feel hopeless, which also happens many times on our yoga sadhana. And so this was the short introduction of my little companion, and hopefully she will stay with us till the end of the session. And now we are ready for your questions. Thank you for being here.
Nice story to start and a beautiful message, as you say, we should never give up and keep going. And a wonderful lesson from the little peahen.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. So we'll go into the interview, the questions, and it's a very special one, and we are with a very special person, Shobana, and she's
Yes.
really
Oh.
such a role in my life. Wow. Be moving on to the first of the from the definition question. What is your own personal definition of the word yoga?
For me, the word yoga is quite an intimate word, if I can say it like that. As I personally perceive the word yoga as a state of being in tune or merging with the cosmic consciousness, and yet being able to consciously live our daily life, and being able consciously connected with everything, and truly being interested in everything around us in the present moment. And as Swami Gitananda Giriji, your grandfather, said that love is profound interest. And as Amaji, your grandmother, said that there is spirituality without the intensity. And somehow I feel there is the deep connection between these two statements, because when we truly love, then the intensity of our profound loving focus or dharana creates a certain blissful energy within us, which spontaneously uplifts our consciousness from the state of duality to the state of oneness. And maybe some new statement can be created here, saying that there is no yoga without the intensity of the profound loving interest to everything. And for me, the true love and care is the most important essence of real spiritual life, because when we truly love, we don't feel like to harm anyone, and we try to live consciously in the tolerance to other living beings in all different forms, because we are connected with them, and also they can sense us. Together we create a psychic connection in which we never feel alone. And if we feel alone, that's because we lost that sensitivity and psychic connection with other creatures. And we have to reconnect again to get back to that blissful state of oneness. And then we can naturally live our dharma as human beings, fulfilling yama and niyama without even know the teaching of yama and niyama. And as your great father, Dr. Ananda ji, beautifully said in one of his morning sessions, that we are supposed to be beings of light, and the true unconditioned love to other creatures is the core essence of the light. And nowadays in the world, we use the word yoga very frequently. And for every technique which help us to control our body, mind, and emotions, they are useful and important tools, helping us to rise above our inner lower tendencies. But to practice them doesn't really mean that we are already in the state of yoga. And maybe there is some hidden message behind the statement of Swami Gitananda Giriji saying, be yoga rather than do yoga.
Very beautiful and nice combination of taking Swamiji's, thoughts and Ammaji, and then Dr. Sir's also. So thank you, Shobana, and connecting it in your own way. So it turns out to be your definition in the end, and wonderful. And we'll be moving on to the next one from the sadhana section. You have established a well-known residential ashram. In what manner is yoga practice made more effective in such a structure?
First of all, I would like to express my deep gratitude to my beloved Guru Diris Amaji, Meenakshi Devi Bhavanani, that she accepted me for the 6 months of residential yoga teachers training course in years 2006 and 2007 to Ananda Ashram in Pondicherry, India, where I feel that the process of conscious evolution has been started within me. And I would like to offer some of my ideas about what I feel can be the essence for success in yoga sadhana done in such an unique and profound and detailed structure as in Ananda Ashram, which I consider as a role model of such an ideal environment for undergoing the safe process of our conscious evolution. And for example, one of the very important fact is that the students who attend the course in Ananda Ashram in Pondicherry in India step out of their comfort zones, of their homes, cultures, habits, families, friends, and come to live for 6 months to a total different environment, total unknown culture. Even Indian weather is different. And it seems that by losing our comfort zone, we become more alert and more conscious. And it helps us to see through new situations many of our inner hidden subconscious tendencies. And if we are in yoga sadhana, we try to deal with these inner lower subconscious tendencies consciously. And actually, that's the reason why we undergo such a yoga sadhana. And in Ananda Ashram, there are many important rules which has to be followed to support the success of the yoga sadhana of the whole group. And one of the very important rule for students is, for example, not to use any electronic devices in ashram area during the whole 6 months course, which can be nowadays real tapas for many. But this rule has very deep and important reason in the process of conscious evolution, as Amaji daily reminded us that where the mind goes, our vital energy prana flows. And that's why during the yoga sadhana, we should not be distracted by worldly influences from outside of the ashram, and rather put the mind and efforts to daily life of the intensive yoga sadhana of Ananda Ashram. And Amaji compares the intensity of 6 months of yoga sadhana in Ananda Ashram to 8 years of personal yoga sadhana in our home environment. And comparing 6 months in ashram to 8 years at home, you can imagine how intense and very delicate work based on the trust of both sides, guru and disciple, it is. And also the quality of the result is very much depending of the quality of each member of the group coming together for such a sadhana. as everyone has to be disciplined enough to be able to carry themselves through many personal challenges during the course. And also as people in the group moves together through the teachings every day, they create their own psychic environment. And if someone is not disciplined enough, it can weaken the psychic of the whole group. And this way also the sense of responsibility of our deeds towards others is cultivated here. And we really have to flow together as a team, but do our best as an individual. And the struggle in yoga sadhana, which none of us enjoy much, I found very essential for cultivation of noble thoughts and noble feelings, like a sense of gratitude, compassion, care, and love for others. And finally, I would like to mention that the schedule in Ananda Ashram has firm structure based on regularity, rhythm, and repetition in the consciously design every moment of the day. The first weeks, we may feel very comfortable and in ease in such a structure, but as weeks go by, all the daily teachings, practices, rituals are coming deep into our subconscious level and start opening our Pandora box, full of hidden and many times unpleasant surprises about us. That's why we are in such a special environment where we can safely open it, see what is in, and deal with it consciously under the professional guidance of the guru. And we cannot open our subconscious hidden things through the intense yoga practice in our daily life at home, because it's extremely dangerous and we can cause disaster not only ourselves but also to others around us. The high vibration of ashram and professional guidance of the guru are very essential for the safety of this process of conscious evolution. And also, I would like to say that the uniqueness of the yoga sadhana in Ananda Ashram, which nowadays is very rare in the world. It's in limited number of accepted students for the 6 months course, and it's really great privilege to be one of them. And with limited number of people, age of the student is like under the microscope, and nothing can be covered or hidden. So if there are, for example, 90 students for the training course, the guru can hardly get close to anyone. But if there are 12 or sometimes even less students, then the connection is even more closer than in our biological families. And that's why we talk about Gitananda Yoga Family. And the connection between guru and student continues even after finishing the course, which is the real blessing for the sincere yoga sadhaka. And every student who has ever entered Ananda Ashram, your home, you are fortunate, you live in Ananda Ashram, undergone the 6 months of this unique program in the structure of the Rishi culture Ashtanga Gitananda Yoga teachings will not be the same at the end of the course. After 6 months, everyone becomes better and more conscious human being. And that's why ashrams are called also Gurukulam, womb of the guru, in which student or sadhaka is born again into consciousness. And of course, that's not the end of our journey of conscious evolution, but the students got a very firm foundation for their future steps in yoga sadhana of their lives.
So beautiful, Shobana, how you explained, and really I want to visit your ashram one day for sure. And I'm
You
sure
are
that
welcome. Yes.
really maintain the atmosphere. And most of the students who have undergone the course, Shobana, and she's such a sincere, and man, we just love you.
Oh, thank you.
Loving watching the little peahen there. Wow.
Yeah, I'm just waiting what will come next because you never know with her, When she don't feel offended because there is entrance and she doesn't feel safe if both are, watching the different direction from the entrance. So she may
Yeah.
sit after a few seconds, hopefully.
So, yes, we are moving on to the third, the contemporary yoga scene. What is your opinion of the status of the contemporary yoga scene, especially in the present time of the corona crisis?
It seems that the corona crisis helps to unite all the nations of this world, which on its own means a lot in global conscious evolution. And I can say that corona crisis also help each of us to step out of our personal comfort zone in very unusual way because our bodies are stuck on one place, but the intensity of being at home alone, only with ourselves, our feelings and thoughts, or with our relatives shows as a big personal challenge too. And I really deeply appreciate that many of yoga personalities came out online and started encouraging and stimulating people by yogic principles and teachings. Now, those who really have some inner struggles can finally start to use more practically what they have been taught. And also the yoga teachings seem to be more effective now because the inner struggle force us to do conscious changes to feel better. And maybe this is the plan of the universe, how to expand the human consciousness in all parts of our planets at the same time. Who knows? But this way, I would like to express my deep gratitude to your beloved father, great teacher, Guru, Dr. Ananda ji, for his tremendous service to society by spreading tirelessly every day the wonderful yoga teachings online in a very practical and very personal way that everyone can understand the message and use it immediately to uplift their lives.
Thank you, Shobana. Really, you are really putting a smile on my face. So you can be happy about this. And people watching this are just smiling and learning that be always cheerful, as Ammaji said.
Yes, yes.
So we are moving on to the fourth from the yogic character section. Since you are living with your students, you will see their basic character more correctly. What is the most important character trait necessary for success in yoga sadhana?
Yes, definitely. I think that it's a good and brave heart, which includes other noble characters in it, and also self-reflection and self-discipline. As I already mentioned, the struggle on yoga path is the important part of the process of conscious evolution. And we have to be brave enough to tolerate the inner discomfort and to get through. And as we are not born with a brave heart, it can be developed only by conscious response on situation in our life. And all the tests which we call as obstacles are very important aspects of the whole process. And it's important to consciously develop our positive attitude towards everything which caused our inner discomfort and inner struggles, of course, without blaming others around. And also during the inner crisis in our yoga sadhana, we have to be able to continue the journey. We have to be disciplined enough and brave enough to follow the instruction of the guru. If we feel we want to do the total opposite to what's guru instruction, which is another deep struggle for us and big challenge, which tests also our spiritual maturity. And that's why in many ashrams, they have peacocks as important residents, because embodiment of young and brave heart is Kartikeyan itself, ready to fight with the demons and impurities coming into this visible loka in any form, even in a form of our lower thoughts and lower emotions. And the vehicle or vahana on which Kartikeyan rides is the energy of peacock. And that's why we also decided to live with peacocks here, to understand more about the brave heart of a yogi as a warrior to made reality.
Thank you so much, Shobana, for expressing all these very essential, very truly said, the important traits. And like the yogic path is not something that you can just lie down and relax and, enjoy and do whatever you want whenever you want. And the people on it know it. Others might think that because we all put a big smile on our face and go around, so they think, wow, look at them, they're enjoying. But well, in the end, we get the fruitful reward. And okay, so someone has decided to show his face.
I can peanuts. Maybe she can turn. Away. No?
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Turn. Move. Here we are.
So we are going to come to the final question from the
Okay.
teaching section. What do you consider the most important yoga teaching you can give to your students?
First, what comes into my mind is the alertness and simplicity and experience of the intensity of the life in the nature, because simple but conscious life can be very intense and very transforming. And living in the nature is always like being out of our comfort zone, because every day in the nature is never the same. And in the nature, everything is seen clearly as it is. Nothing is hidden or polished like in the cities. In the nature, every day, we can see the process of the life and death of any form. And it becomes more real also for us to deeply understand that one day we also leave the physical body. And it also helps us to understand that the value of each extra day, because of our life and awareness of our death, motivates us to behave more consciously, so that we create some positive trace behind us on planet Earth. And the law of the nature can be clearly seen in the nature itself, which also help us to understand more about our life and its real purpose. And as the life here in our ashram is for many people very far to what they live in the cities, they can have the inner struggle just being in the simplicity of the life here in the nature. For example, we have showers outside in the nature, under the trees. dry toilets, drinking water from the well, simple dormitory, one changing room for all. And only this can be, for many people, quite a big challenge to get through. Plus the beautiful intensive teaching coming from Rishi culture, Ashtanga Gitananda Yoga tradition, as we follow here the same daily schedule as in our motherly Ananda ashram. Well, all those beautiful influences together is just unforgettable experience. And also the life in the nature increase the sense of the conscious value of everything what we have in our lives, because we realize that nothing is for granted. And students here also help us with taking care of the gardens and animals, and can experience how to grow their own vegetable, fruits, what herbs to pick up and when, about the cycles of the nature, about the weather, and what to do according to the law of the nature in the right time. And I remember Amaji's sharing with us that when Swamiji first started to teach with the first group in Ananda Ashram, that building part was not there yet, and everything was happening under the tree. I just love that idea, because the nature itself does the work naturally for each, and the vibration of the nature stimulates everyone in a positive way. And it also tests the students, because the aspirant for the yoga path should have the compassion and love for the nature.
Thank you so much, Shobana. As you said very truly that nature is very, it itself is a teacher, and we just have to connect with nature and we can learn so much, and it gives us so much, and we are comparatively giving actually nothing to it and just causing more problems to it, but we'll hope to at least live in peaceful means with it henceforth, at
Yes,
least after
yeah.
COVID-19.
And we also have to understand that if we protect the nature, then the nature protects us.
Yes.
It's just like it's a team. We are talking about a team, like human beings as a team, working as a team during the COVID-19, but we forget that we have to work as a team with all creatures, with all beings, and then the power is there, the power of team. Then the nature can actually protect us, but we don't psychically a lot.
Okay, so we'll go into the rapid fire, the most awaiting event of all the episodes.
Yes.
So you have 10 words to face.
Ready for?
So the first one is life.
Mhm. Our opportunity to evolve consciously.
Very nice. The next one is rhythm.
Mm. Is as the natural symphony of life.
Next is tapas.
Conscious control of body, mind, emotions.
Beautiful. Next one is yantra.
Our compass to yoga life.
Okay. And halfway through with this question, you.
Yes, drop in the ocean.
Next is grateful.
Noble feeling of a yogi.
Next, people.
Team.
COVID-19.
Bouncer from our comfort zones.
Well, asana.
State of being.
And finally, bhakti.
Oneness with the Guru in all forms.
Wow, beautiful, Shobna. The rapid fire, every single word you expressed it in such a beautiful way. And thank you so much for taking the effort, especially with
Thank
this
you
little
very much.
one. And nice to have a nice, encouraging story in the starting, and to have this little one the whole time. It's so nice.
I would like to say, if I can, that it's really great to see that even in the time of difficulties, the young yogini, which I consider you, a young yogini, takes it positively as a personal challenge, as a big opportunity to learn and grow. And thank you for your wonderful inspiration for us. And
Thank you.
happy
We are
Guru
so
Purnima.
pleased and happy to have this live interaction with a soul who is drop dead gorgeous in body, mind, emotions, and spirit. So thank you so much, Shobana, and
Thank you
always
very much. Thank you very much. Happy Guru Purnima Day.
same to you and to all of you.
Thank you very much.